everyone, how y'all doing? And welcome back to another meta guide. So we are in the Open Ultra League. So the Open Ultra League as well as the Summer Cup begin tomorrow. Let me know what meta you're going to be playing. Now, for those that don't know, Ultra League is actually my favorite meta, so I'm excited to try out the new Ultra League meta because obviously we have a lot of new toys to play with, and it's going to be really exciting in my opinion. So without further ado, we're just going to go ahead and dive right into it. So we got the Corviknight. Now, Corviknight, of course, was not buffed specifically this season, but it got air cutted during the Community Day, which happened at the end of the month. So that's why Corviknight is just so good. And it's great in the Great League. It's going to be really good in the Ultra League for sure. Corviknight is just absolutely fantastic. Great typing. It's just an absolute menace to go up against. It's really strong. Unless you have like a strong anti, I love this Pokemon. And then we have Bellybolt. Bellybolt, ever since it got that boost, it was last season, right? Was it 2 seasons ago? No, I think it was last season. But I mean, that Sucker Punch. And then you have the Parabolic Charge, which is fantastic, and then Zap Cannon. If Bellybolt got another move outside of an Electric Charge move, where you can replace Zap Cannon, you know how good it would be, so it would have more coverage. But it's already that good, so definitely the best Electric type, in my opinion. Love using this Pokemon, especially since there's a lot of Pokemon weak to it, right? You know, we got that Corviknight, we got the Lapras, we got the Empoleon, we got the Togekiss. So a lot of Pokemon weak to it, and even Pokemon that are not weak to it, like Regidrago obviously resists all the electric moves, but you still got Sucker Punch. Runerigus does double resist the electric charge attacks, but the Sucker Punch is super effective. So that's why Bellybolt has a lot of play. And plus it's so tanky and you can boost up your defense. I love using this Pokemon. Lapras, another one, absolutely fantastic Pokemon with the Psywave and the Sparkling area. I've seen Skull Bash, I've seen Ice Beam. In this meta, probably want to go with the Ice Beam, but it really depends on your team. Obviously, Lapras mirror matches, that's where you want the Skull Bash, but Lapras is a fantastic pick. Regidrago is so good. So Breaking Swipe is unfortunately not really good anymore. We didn't think, or at least I didn't think it was going to be nerfed as hard as it was. Like, you do have a guaranteed chance now to lower the opponent's attack, but it takes more energy, which we knew was going to happen, but I thought it was going to take, I didn't think it was going to take as much energy as it does. So I thought it would be better. So honestly, Breaking Swipe not really needed or wanted, but with the new pacing with Dragon Breath, you get to Dragon Energy so fast, and Dragon Energy is such a good move. You know, I put Hyper Beam as a second move, and that's fine and all. You're probably most of the time going to be going for that Dragon Energy, but at least with Hyper Beam, I guess you have coverage against Fairy types. Not that you want to be in that matchup anyway, obviously, but at least you have coverage there, or anything that resists Dragon type attacks. But yeah, so Regidrago is just such a fantastic Pokemon. I mean, Breaking Swipe, yes, out of the meta, but Regidrago is still here. And then Runerigus, I think this is a good Pokemon as well with Shadow Claw, and then has Rock Tomb and Shadow Ball. I believe that is the moveset you want. It also has like Sand Tomb, but Rock Tomb, as we know, is such a fantastic move. A Pokemon that I do think could do pretty well this meta, and I think it will, to be honest. Empoleon got Metal Sound. Empoleon, so good. So good. It gets to with the Hydro Cannon and the Drill Peck so fast. Drill Peck was buffed this season, and then Hydro Cannon, of course, we know how great Hydro Cannon is. So, Metal Sound really helping out Empoleon. And then we have Dusknoir. Dusknoir, I mean, Astonish damage. I like the Shadow Dusknoir, honestly, and then Shadow Punch and Dynamic Punch. Just really nice coverage there. And then Togekiss, absolutely love this Pokemon this season. So it has Peck. Peck is a Shadow Claw clone, so gets to the Aura Spear, which was also buffed really fast. You could run Psywave, Dazzling Gleam. Honestly, like, it's hard to say what moveset you want. You probably do want the Dazzling Gleam in the Ultra League for that coverage. But Psywave, or not Psywave, did I say Psywave? Psyshock is a good move as well. But you definitely want that Aura Spear, which is the Community Day move. Next up, we have Grumpig. I do think Grumpig could make a little bit of a return. I feel like, so the Bug Bite uses, they're still good. Like, Fortress is still good, but I don't think we'll see as much of it. So I do think, like, the Grumpig, or even the Malamar might see more play. So I do think Grumpig does have some play, and of course it gets to the moves fast, has good coverage. And pretty tanky too. So I do think Grumpig, as long as you're not seeing the Bug Bite uses, could do really well. And then we have Shadow Feraligatr. Shadow Feraligatr, always been a good one ever since it got that Shadow Claw, and obviously a great safe swap too. Registeel, another Pokemon, which is really good. I mean, it's going to be hitting a lot of Pokemon for either neutral or super effective damage. Of course, it has that electric coverage. and a lot of things are weak to electric that are top meta, as we've discussed with Bellybolt. So Registeel, pretty good Pokemon for sure. And then Fortress as the Bug Bite user, so Bug Bite, and then you would have, what is it, Rock Tomb, and then Earthquake probably in the Ultra League. You know, it could go Sand Tomb, but I mean, Sand Tomb would buff up the Bug Bites, but you probably go Earthquake for the damage. Galarian Moltres, absolutely fantastic Pokemon with the Fly and Brave Bird Sucker Punch combination. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you lead it, you could Brave Bird and dip, either get a shield or do a lot of damage. It's just such a nice Pokemon to have. Galarian Weezing, another one that we've seen. It gets to the moves really fast. Well, if you're running Brutal Swing. If you're not running Brutal Swing, you have Sludge, which gets too fast, and then either Overheat or Play Rough. Probably Overheat. I feel like I've definitely been seeing more Overheat last season at least. We'll see how it is this season. Cresselia might make a return, but with Confusion, because Confusion did get that buff, faster energy generation. So I do think Confusion Cresselia does have some play. It does have to watch out for the Ghost and Dog type. Same with Grumpig, but you know, it does have some nice moves like Moonblast and Grass Knot, good combination, and it is super tanky. So, and yeah, definitely want the Confusion, I would say though on this one. And then we have Jellicent, another nice Pokemon, a Ghost type, with the Hex, getting to the Surf, Shadow Ball relatively fast. So yeah, I mean, really nice moves. Credilli is a Pokemon we've seen ever since it got Rock Tomb, but then it got Acid. Like, you could run Bullet Seed or Acid, honestly. Both moves are really good as a fast move. I've been running Acid ever since it got that buff, but I mean, I've seen Bullet Seeds as well, so it really depends, I guess, maybe on your team. If you want water coverage, you probably go, I mean, this is good against water anyway, but you probably go Bullet Seed for that extra damage. The B-Rank, we have Crustle. Yeah, Crustle's getting Rock Wrecker, or not getting, but it did get Rock Wrecker, and we know how powerful Rock Wrecker is from Rhyperior, right? So yeah, I mean, this Pokemon with the Fury Cutter, you know, and then, yeah, X is a Rock Wrecker. Is that the moveset that you want? I want to say yes. But that Rock Wrecker hits like an absolute truck. Really powerful. It's cool to see something other than Rhyperior get it as well. And then we have Kingdra. Kingdra, I do think, could be a pretty good Dragon type in the Open Ultra League, because it does have that newly reworked Dragon Breath, so getting to the moves faster. Dragon Breath is a Psywave clone. You know how good Psywave is. So, and then it also has Swift. So I've seen, like, I think Swift and Outrage is the recommended moveset. So no more Octazooka. So no more debuff chance. I don't know. I kind of liked Octazooka for that debuff chance. But I understand why you wouldn't want Swift as well. You know, get to it really fast. And then we have Tinkaton. Tinkaton could be a lot of fun. Really strong as well. So Tinkaton has generally always been good. But the thing is, you need like an XL, like a highly XL'd one. I'm at like the high 2300s, 2390 something with mine. I've been walking it ever since it released. I have a good one. I've ranked 7 for Ultra League. I just don't have quite enough. But hopefully I get it soon. But yeah, no, Tinkaton is a pretty good Pokemon. I mean, you know, it's just good bait move, good moves in general, right? Good typing. And then we have kommo-o. Of course, kommo-o has the Dragon Tail. Now, Dragon Tail, not as good as I was hoping it would be. But you know, it does get to the moves faster, and Clanging Scales is a really good move, so it's the signature move of kommo-o. So kommo-o is pretty good because it has a good moveset and everything, so it's probably going to be seeing some play. Jirachi, going to be seeing some play in the Ultra League. I don't know if I've ever battled one in the Ultra League, to be honest. I mean, if I did, I don't remember it. But that Confusion pacing, love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. Doom Desire, and then it also has that Aura Spear, which got buffed as well, so fantastic stuff. I mean, we all have, well, I shouldn't say all of us, but like a lot of us have two Jirachis. One, right? One regular one, and then the other one, the shiny. So you could build one for the Ultra League, and you could have one for the Great and one for the Ultra, which is generally what you would want. So the IVs don't matter because you're stuck with whatever you have. So, I mean, they technically matter, but like you can't change it. You can't swap it or anything. So, so you're stuck with whatever you have, but that's okay. I'm probably try out Jirachi, honestly, in the Ultra League. And then we have Ninetales, Kanto Ninetales in the Ultra League. Love to see it with the newly reworked Ember, so getting to the moves fast. It does have Solar Beam. I don't know if you'd want Solar Beam. You could consider it, but it also Overheat. Weather Ball, getting to the moves just so fast with the Ember. Giratina altered with that Dragon Breath, but Dragon Claw takes a little bit longer to get to. Probably not going to want Dragon Claw now. Probably want Ancient Power. I think generally speaking, you see Ancient Power and Shadow Sneak. on the Giratina altered. And then we have Tentacruel. I've used Tentacruel multiple times throughout the years. And obviously it has Acid now. It has Poison Sting. I've been using Poison Sting, Blizzard Scald. But it still has that Poison Jab. But I like the Poison Sting variant, getting to the moves faster. And Gastrodon as the Mud Slap user. The other options, we got Raikou. Raikou did get buffed because it has Aura Spear. So Raikou could see some play. I don't think it's going to be that common. But as an electric type, maybe it does get to the moves pretty fast, right? So maybe, you know, you might see it here or there. Clefable as another fairy type, if you want to consider another fairy type. A lot of answers, it seems like, to fairies, but, you know, we'll see. And then we have Zygarde Complete. Yeah, Zygarde, I feel like it did get a nerf because Dragon Tail, yes, you're getting to the moves faster, but it's not doing as much damage, right? So I don't know if Zygarde's days are numbered or not. I guess we'll have to see when the Ultra League begins. Just because, like, I feel like in Zygarde now, you're gonna want Outrage and Earthquake, I think, right? And you will get to them faster. But again, the Dragon Tail damage is just doing significantly less damage, and that does generally matter. That's why I feel like other Pokemon like the Kommo-o or the Regidrago will be better, or other Dragon types. But it still has the bulk to it. But at the end of the day, to be fair, they did kind of have to nerf Dragon Tail because this one's so good. Eternatus for the Master League. We'll talk about that in another video next week for the Master League guide. Would just be incredibly powerful. So I understand the nerf. I didn't know it was directly going to be nerfed. I thought it would still be better than what it was with the energy generation. I thought it would be a little bit better, but I guess not. And then we have Cobalion. Could have put Virizion on this list. I probably should have. I think Virizion is great as well. But Cobalion, Virizion, both of them still really good for this, you know, in general. I mean, they've been good for the Ultra League ever since they got Sacred Sword. Then we have Aurorus. Yeah, I mean, Aurorus as a nice type Pokemon. Decent amount of things, decent amount of dragons, right? And then you have Galarian Moltres, Togekiss. So ice types could make a return. Corviknight's doing neutral against. Corviknight will probably have the Air Cutter payback, so I don't think you necessarily have to worry about Iron Head, but obviously it's going to be in the back of your mind. Skeledirge or Talonflame. I didn't put Talonflame on this list, but one of those fire types would be really good. I don't know why I didn't put Talonflame on the list. I hit Legend with it last season, and I still think it's good this season. But yeah, the Incinerate damage, absolutely wild. And then we have Latias, believe it or not. This one actually might be better than I anticipate. I do think it's going to be good, though, with the Dragon Breath, Mist Ball, but then it has Aura Spear as well. So this might be better. This might see more play than I anticipate, you know. And then I put Armored Mewtwo here. I know Armored Mewtwo is very rare. I only have one for the Ultra League, and that's the only one I have. I don't have any extras to trade. People have asked me for them. Unfortunately, I don't have any. Hopefully, they bring Armored Mewtwo back. They might for the 10th anniversary next year, because, I mean, that seems like a good celebration to bring it back. But they really should bring it back, because especially now, Confusion, going to get to the moves faster. And Armored Mewtwo, really bulky. I think it does have some play here for sure in the Open Ultra League. And then we have Stunfisk, the Universe Stunfisk. Doesn't put out the most damage, but, you know, it is bulky, so it can take some hits. Then we have Dodrio. Maybe Fearow as well, but, I put the Dodrio here. And could be a lot of fun to use. We'll have to see if anyone's going to use it. I think any Peck users probably going to most of them are going to be Togekiss. Togekiss just dominates, I feel like. And then we have Primeape and Annihilate, of course, which are good. Those are good. Those are still good, so those could be maybe moved up a little bit, but we'll see. I'm moving on to the solid team options. So for the first team, I put a dragon in the lead. I put the Regidrago. Of course, other dragons do exist, so you could use Kommo-o. You could replace the Regidrago. I just think Regidrago is probably the best dragon right now. And then Corviknight and Lapras. This is kind of a similar team to Taffy Star's Legend team from last season. Not Legend team. She hit Legend in Great League. But in the Ultra League, she did really well with Regidrago in the lead. And then it was Talonflame instead of the Corviknight and Lapras. So you could consider that too. You could try that team. I think that team will be really good as well if you wanted to go with the Talonflame instead. But I put the Corviknight here as well. It's just such great Pokemon. Lapras, generally a really good save swap. And I don't think anything in this meta, I don't think changes that. I think Lapras is just such a great save swap because, I mean, Togekiss is not going to necessarily shut down the Lapras. Yes, it has Aura Spear, but you can tank one Aura Spear, right? And still do some damage to the Togekiss. I mean, the backline is weak to electric. Obviously, you have to watch out for that. You know, same if you use a Talonflame instead of the Corviknight, but Regidrago does well against electric types. Next up, we have the Belly Bolt in the lead with the Togekiss and with the Runerigus. I do think Runerigus will see some play this meta for sure. As for which one you want to use the safe swap on, honestly, Togekiss gets to the moves really fast. I think Togekiss, like, even if they respond with an electric type, you're still going to be doing some damage with like the Aura Spear, so, or whatever, like, if you're running Dazzling Gleam. So I think Togekiss could work well as a safe swap. And then next up we have Empoleon, Galarian Moltres, and Dusk Noir. So maybe the Dusk Noir as the safe swap. The Astonish damage is really powerful. Not a whole lot of normal types. In fact, I'm just looking at the list real quick and I don't really see any normal types. And if there is one, you may, I mean Doldrio. I mean, I guess maybe if you see a few, I guess there are a couple that you might see, but not too often. And you also have Dynamic Punch anyway, so I think that works as a safe swap. Next up, we have Credilli with Jirachi. Let's go. I can't wait. I'm definitely building my shiny Jirachi for the Ultra League. I cannot wait. And then for Alligator. For Alligator has always been a good safe swap. I like the Ice Beam over the Crunch, so I would go with that. But, you have to consider that then you're kind of walled from Lapras as well as Empoleon. So, something to keep in mind. So, you might, because of that, you might want to consider Crunch in this meta. I mean, we'll see what people go with. But yeah, I think that would be a pretty good safe swap. And of course, for Alligator is generally good at getting shields. And then Jirachi is just a really good Pokemon. I think maybe towards the end of the game could be good getting to the moves really fast. The Doom Desire really powerful, as well as the Aura Spear. Next up is a team I technically hit Legend with, except I used Zygarde Complete, but now I put Regidrago on the team in the lead with Tentacruel and Gastrodon. So you would use Tentacruel, it has Poison Sting, safe swap, and then you get to the Blizzard and the Scald pretty fast just because of Poison Sting, right? So I do think that's useful. The only thing you do have to watch out for is now that Confusion got a buff, you probably will see those Armored Mewtwo. You probably will see Cresselia. You probably will see Jirachi, right? So something to keep in mind there. Obviously, that wouldn't be great if you're seeing Confusion uses, but instead of the Zygarde, the Regidrago. But you could also run kommo-o. But honestly, I like Regidrago is just better. So if you have one, hopefully you could use it. And then the next up is going to be Galarian Weezing with kommo-o and Belly Bolt. So yeah, let me know what you think of these teams. Let me know what meta you're going to be playing with, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.